You have to believe you deserve to win. You're never going to achieve in life beyond what you believe you're worth or what you deserve to have. And I think what holds many people back from even getting clear on winning is inside, they just don't feel like they deserve to win, that they're not worthy of winning, that people like them don't win. Or maybe the fact that you've not won yet, you think predicts the future that you're not ever going to win.
A lot of people are afraid of failure, and so they never try anything in life. They never attempt that project. They never write that book. They never start that podcast because they're afraid that if they do, they're going to fail.
Act as if you've already got the success that you are after. Act as if you've already gotten what you are after. That energy will go out and that goodness will come back to you. Act as if you are a loser. What choice does the universe have other than to send you losing things back into your life? Because if you search for it, you will find it. If it's from the positive side or the negative side.
So you have to brainwash yourself in visualizing what is it you want and also speaking exactly what it is that you want. You can brainwash yourself into believing whatever it is that you want. I mean, we've basically all been brainwashed to believe what we currently believe. Why don't we now take control of our own brainwashing? Why don't you just brainwash yourself into believing what you want to believe, into doing what you want to do?
Success is no accident. Living an incredible life is no accident. You have to do it on purpose. And it starts by knowing exactly what it is that you want to achieve, knowing why you want to achieve it, knowing the kind of person that you need to become in order to make it happen, and then programming your mind to make it happen.
When something goes quote unquote wrong, just pause and say out loud, this is working out for me somehow. And then ask yourself, how might this be working out for me? And then you just take one small action each day that the future you would need to take. And you wake up 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and you are a different person because you acted like a different person.
I learned later that almost every great venture begins with an act of faith, like driving into the dark, into the unknown. Because if we really knew all the problems we would face, the setbacks, the suffering, the temporary failure, and the disappointments, many of us would hesitate about ever even starting out at all. And quitting is a habit. If you quit the first time you run into difficulties, you'll always quit when the going gets rough. You will, in effect, establish a pattern for failure rather than a pattern for success.
Great ideas are never going to interrupt you. They have to be pursued. And if you don't pursue them, you're going to get what everybody else has, which is all this fear, all this uncertainty, all this stuff that won't work, because everybody's focused on what won't work, what can't happen. Why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid to fail. They're afraid to try and feel like they're not enough.
You learn nothing from success. Never. There's nothing to learn from success either. You learn everything from failing. And fear of failing is what holds people back from doing anything. Yes. And when you don't try and you wake up at 65 years old, you're a lot angrier than if you'd failed. You're a lot, it's really easy to be 65 years old and go, I tried to do that, I just couldn't do it. You'll really be mad if you go, I think I could have done that, but I didn't try.
But if you believe you deserve to win, if you want to dominate, which means just get all the winning you can get, if you get laser focused, if you eliminate most of your distractions, if you have some sense that what you're doing matters and it's historic, if you get the great habits in your life and you're habit driven even on the bad days, you shrink your dispersion where you get down, you get knocked down, you might lay there, but not too long. You get up faster than you used to. You get up faster. And listen to me, you keep getting up. You keep coming at it. You keep charging. You keep pursuing because you know there's an inevitability to you winning. And if I just keep getting up, that faucet that's dripping, right? I keep getting up, I keep getting up, I keep overcoming. I'm willing to take things, the pain most people will never take. That tells me there's an inevitability to me winning. And it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it's coming. That win is mine. I'm entitled to it because of all the work I've done in my life. Eventually, it's mine.
Why are so many people afraid of failure? Why are we afraid of failure? The elephant in the room is not the fear of failure, it's the fear of judgment. You worry that people will think that you're incompetent. You worry that people are think you're going to stupid. Think that you're stupid. You're worried that people are going to give you their opinions and they're going to shame you and they're going to make fun of you or whatever it might be that you put in your head. You imagine these worst case scenarios that almost never happen. But the truth is, most people are too busy to even pay attention to you. And that's for all of us. Most people are not paying attention to me. They're too busy thinking about themselves to even pay attention to me. They're too busy with their own insecurities. They're too busy thinking about their own failures and things that they're afraid of to even notice us. And so that's why it's important for us to realize that more than anything else, it's not about us trying to be perfect. It's not about us trying to get away from failure. It's not about us trying to fear failure. It's about us accepting it as like the most important part of success, in my opinion. Like, you cannot have success without failure. You cannot have failure without success. They're two sides of the same coin.
Fear is a liar. Fear is a thief. It steals your potential before you even get the chance to use it. And the worst part, most of the things we are afraid of never even happen. Think about all the times you're stressed over something and then it turned out fine, or you didn't take action because you thought you would fail, but later realized you never even gave yourself the chance to succeed. Fear is like that one friend who always cancels plans the last minute, unreliable and full of excuses. You can't build your life around that. If you keep waiting until you feel ready, you will be waiting forever. No one ever feels 100% ready, but you take action anyway. That's how you win.
You got one life. One life. Why aren't we running towards our dreams like we're on fire, right? This is the time to do it, all right? And so one of the things that keeps us from doing that, other people's opinions, other people's expectations. Because at the end of our life, other people's expectations, their opinions, our fear of that, none of that's gonna matter. What's gonna matter is how we lived, how we loved, how we laughed, how we learned. Those are the things that are gonna matter, so why not do that now? Forget about other people's opinions, because everybody's going to have an opinion about your life, so you might as well live your life.
What is it that screws up everybody's life? Fear is the number one thing that keeps people from doing what's necessary. And anger and rage, while it can mobilize us, if it becomes part of your life on a regular basis, it destroys it. So how do you balance that out? Well, fear, anger, they're both physical, aren't they? Think about, what do you feel like if you're really, ever been so afraid that your throat got really dry, or you feel this feeling in your gut? Right? That's physical. Courage is also physical. Again, courage does not mean you're not afraid. Courage means you're afraid, but you do it anyway.
Have you ever thought of failing your way to success? Think about that for a moment. Do you know that anyone that enjoys any kind of success fails their way there? That's right, they do. I want you to think of this for a moment. See this little light here? This is a replica of the light that Edison built. And you know, he spent a long time before he got this thing to glow. He really did. And he started off because he had an image of it in his mind. That every time he tried, he failed. And he failed 3,000 times. It's been said, 3,000 failures. Now, a reporter asked him one time how he felt about failing 3,000 times. He said, I didn't fail 3,000 times. He said, there were 3,000 steps to get to where I'm going.
The most successful people I know have also failed more than just about anybody I know. And this is a really important lesson if you ever want to succeed in life. Successful people tend to fail at more things than their critics ever even try. And pride, which is the queen of vice and the deadliest of the 7 deadly sins, pride talks in our ear and says, hey, don't do this thing, you might fail at it. So don't even try. Just, it'll be so humiliating. It'll be such a wound to your pride if you try and fail at something. Successful people just ignore that voice and just try things.
Other than death, all failure is psychological. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Think about that. Just think about that. This failure, this upset, this catastrophe. If you aren't dead, then it's just psychological. It's in your head. Now, this does not mean that you won't lose some battles, because you will. We all will. But it does mean that as long as you don't surrender, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, then you haven't failed. It just means you've made a temporary tactical retreat. It means you've made a brief withdrawal so that you can regroup and reattack. If you get beat, unless you're dead, you are not defeated, and you have not failed. What you've done is you've learned, you've gained experience, and you're still alive, and you have memories to make. So get up and go get after it.
Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. This is the thing when it comes to performance. You can learn from people, right? You could get feedback. You could get advice from mentors. But remember, your life is your own and it's your responsibility. A lot of our thinking is shrunk, or we shrink in our behavior because we don't want to fully express ourselves because of the fear of making mistakes, the fear of looking bad to other people. But remember that child. In order to learn to walk or to talk, they fall. And it's the strength of getting up that makes you strong to accomplish your next goal. It's not the point of falling. The people who fall the most and get up are stronger than people who never fell. You have to take those steps.
You have to adopt a new default. You can do that through questions if you want to. Your questions guide your perception. You just need to ask better questions. So when something happens to you, instead of saying like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Think, how might this be working out for me in the long run? That's going to change your perception. Why is this happening to me? Victim. How might this work out for me in the long run? Now I'm trying to find some actual true meaning behind this thing. Start to think about that for a second. If you act as if and you start to become the type of person that you want to become, you will step into being that person. So you've got to think to yourself, if the world's always working out for me, if I'm trying to step into the person that I want to be, what's one thing that I can do today that that version of me would do? And then you pair your new beliefs with bold, aligned action. Of course your life is going to change. You're going to do things you've never done before. You're not going to sit back. You're not going to do nothing. You're going to do things that used to scare you. You're going to send the email. You're going to have the hard conversation. You're going to launch the business. You're going to leave a situation that's clearly wrong for you. And action by action, step by step, you're becoming the type of person by acting as if you are that person and acting as if everything is always working out for you.
So all of reality is created in the mind first. This is the first law of the universe. Yeah, this is the first of the natural laws, that all is mind. So if our outer world doesn't look the way that we want it to, we don't go looking in the outside world to change that. We go looking in the inside world. We are the cause, yes? We are the cause of reality, and what we see in the 3D world with our eyes is the effect. Yeah. So if we want to get to a new level of success, if we want to get to a new level of happiness, we don't go searching out there to change that. We go searching in here.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you want to do? So it's such a big question, but such a useful one. It has a sort of elemental simplicity to it, because people don't even allow themselves to play. You know, if we think about what play is doing something without fearing consequences. Let's just do this as a game. Children know how to play because they're not so scared of consequences. A good adult life does require us to rediscover that freedom of playing, and the way in which we do it is we think, if everything went wrong, it would still be okay. And what about the idea of thinking, this could go right? There couldn't be any massive consequences. So rediscovering play around your ambition is really important.
In nature, biologists have long understood the consequences of the winner effect. When rivals compete, there's a massive release of testosterone and dopamine in the brains of the animal who wins the challenge, while the loser experiences the exact opposite: an immediate decrease in testosterone and dopamine and an increase in cortisol. This loser effect was adaptive, and then it likely kept the loser of the challenge from being injured and showing up again and again to compete in challenges where, frankly, it would be outranked. Over time, the losers in these competitions become more timid, more submissive, and thereby they avoid the costs that they might incur by continuing to get into fights and challenging the dominance hierarchy. The winner, however, experiences the opposite. Physical changes occur in their nervous and endocrine systems that encourage more winning.
Nothing is impossible. I will aim for same year with another trophy. Why not be confident? I mean, because it doesn't make sense of being anything else but confident.
I mean, what does it feel like? I mean, you're 24 years old, and you might just have passed the high point of your life.
I think everything happens for a reason in life. So as long as I have that heart that leads me in the game, that desire to win, you know, the love for the game, I will be in tennis. I will be many more years to come in tennis, as long as I have that. I don't have my expiry date. I don't have my limit when I want to say, okay, I'm going to play up to that age and then I'll stop.
So in the strife of the battle of life, it's easy to fight when you're winning. It's easy to slave, starve, and be brave when the dawn of success is beginning. But the man who can meet despair and defeat with a cheer, there's the man of God's choosing. The man who can fight to heaven's own height is the man who can fight when he's losing. Carry on, things never were looming so black, but show that you haven't a cowardly streak, and though you're unlucky, you never are weak. Carry on, brace up for another attack. It's looking like hell, but you never can tell. Carry on, old man. Carry on.
If energy is everything and everything is energy, then energy likes to travel all the time. It will go to places, it will stay for a while the momentum's there, and it will go when it needs to go. It will be transferred, as science tells us. Now, if we are to understand it that way, that means also life is in exactly the same way. What does that mean? It means that we should not be attached to certain energies, certain people, certain materials and things that happen in our life. And the biggest problem is the moment ego kicks in, we are attached to these environments, these people, these items, and the moment we are attached, we have this problem where disappointment and failure can come in. But the reality is this: we come into this world with nothing, we leave this world with nothing. We are pure energy in this divine flow, and as long as we allow every moment of us to actually be part of that flow, and we have no attachments, where we understand when we lose things, we do not lose things, because energy is never lost, energy is only transferred. What does that mean? It means when this space is cleared, we actually clear up the space for new things to enter into our life. But the real question is, are you having the courage right now to be able to accept everything for what it is and not worse than it is?
You are the source of your wealth, of your happiness, of your success. And that all starts with your beliefs. So the cycle of behavior is your beliefs create your thoughts create your feelings create your actions create your results, and then your results go back and reinforce the beliefs again. Yeah? And what we can see in the outside world is a reflection of those things, is all of that. Yeah. So the results that we get are due to the actions that we take, and the actions that we take are due to the feelings that we've had, and the feelings that we have had are due to the thoughts that we've had, and the thoughts that we've had are the beliefs. Yeah, and all of that together is what forms our identity, because our identity is created from the beliefs that we have, from the thoughts that we have, and these are persistent. These are persistent beliefs, persistent thoughts. And that's what shapes how we see the world and how we show up in the world. So if you want a new level of success, you need to show up in the world differently.
The more one wins or loses, the more winning and losing actually affects them. Physiological changes in the brain after winning stimulate the production of more receptors for the hormones of winning, which means that the effects of those hormones are actually increased, making the winner even more sensitive to the win, and vice versa for the loser. Even at the molecular level, success breeds success. So how can we use the winner effect to our advantage to begin taking on and conquering bigger and bigger challenges? The key is stacking small wins every day. What's the smallest thing you can feel successful about? Do it, then celebrate the win.
Winning starts in the mind. Let me explain. A positive mindset does not remove challenges, but it gives you the resilience to keep going when the going gets tough. It makes you see opportunities when everyone sees dead ends. It fuels persistence when everyone is quitting. And on the flip side, a negative mindset kills you before you begin. It convinces you not to try, not to risk, not to believe, and that guarantees failure. What do we learn? We learn that your thoughts are either your weapon or your weaknesses. And my question for you is, are your thoughts building you up or tearing you apart? And please note, a positive mindset does not guarantee that you'll win, but a negative one guarantees that you will lose. So choose wisely.
People understand big muscles and speed and grace. Mental strength, which is what I think is your great gift, is much harder to articulate.
I would have to correct you. I have to correct you. It's not a gift. It's something that you have to produce, you have to create. It's something that comes with work.
Failing is a worse feeling than actually just kind of withdrawing from the world. So you have to now force yourself, it's not easy, to actually try and execute all those projects that are in your mind. But you have to do it with baby steps. You have to try something small first, and overcome your fear of failure.